Hey guys, what's up? Mike here. As you know, if you were attending the chat room on Friday, very ugly day. There's the daily candle on the SPY. If you go back and look at the history, you don't have a whole bunch of candles that size. You do have some, but sort of I don't want to say shock event, but it's nice actually to see some passion in the market. I actually get optimistic when I see stuff like this because if the market can tank a little bit more, some of our bounce plays will set up really nicely, and it just brings volume and passion into some of the moves, right? And bounce plays can be furious too. So I actually like to see some action instead of the narrow range days like this one and this one. Usually there's good trading following something like that. So I'm optimistic, but one word of caution. Next week, full week, but then the Monday after that is Labor Day. So a lot of times weeks before holiday weekends can be dead, and obviously the holiday week, the following week, the 4-day week can be kind of dead too. But again, if we get some sort of panic in the market, there should be some nice action. And since I don't hold overnight, I'm looking forward to some intraday trades. I'll give one hat tip because I like to do that in every video. To Kevin P and Matt D kind of teamed up. Kevin P threw the idea out here, just a late day break of 10 on NERV. I mean, it was super strong. And when you get this close to the closing bell and something like NERV isn't rolling over, the view should be, hey, shorts are in trouble here. And you've got the whole number inflection point with the earlier high above. Kevin P put the idea out there, hey, anyone like this? And Matt D chimed in, I like it. And so the two of them kind of teamed up. And again, you got that late day little mini squeeze because shorts, you're getting close to that closing bell and shorts, panic out. And usually something like this runs even higher in after hours when shorts realize it's not rolling over. I think it maybe did go to almost 12 in after hours. I could be wrong. But anyway, that was a neat little call, late day. And when we go to the SPY again, and look at the 5-minute. I mean, this was the Jackson Hole Powell statement sell-off. And imagine, this is how squinky things were. Imagine, so you get short because what Powell said makes you nervous, right? And you think the market's going to tank. This next 5 minutes chases all the shorts back out, and then it rolls completely over. I shouldn't say all the shorts, but I mean, that was some squinky action. We did a good job as a team of noting that the Jackson Hole thing was going on. A Powell statement was coming out to be cautious. And the good thing about being a long biased intraday trader is when the market does this, I mean, no bounce whatsoever, like nothing sets up. So it's not like you're trying 6, 7, 8 different trades and they're all failing. You really don't get any things triggering on the long side, right? So it just kind of keeps you on the sidelines, which made Friday kind of boring. But again, I'm looking forward to next week. Anyway, what are we watching for next week? FTCH, great relative strength. Had a big breakout on earnings on Friday. It has that kind of topping tail thing, but you could argue maybe because it was the market was weak. Again, the Dow was down over 1,000 points. SAVA kind of also had relative strength. Big pop back here, pulled back, and kind of curling back up. Maybe worth a shot or worth watching on Monday. We'll see if we get some kind of clean setup through 30 or something. WEBR, just another stock that's had recent high flyer and holding up pretty darn well. INDO, if oil shows some strength, this thing had a really nice breakout here, pulled back to the moving averages. And so if there's any strength in oil, INDO is my favorite play as far as the low price oil plays go. Drug, nothing really fancy here and nothing, no great setup, but it's as simple as a recent high flyer, and it kind of came down with the market. But I want to keep any kind of the recent crazy movers on watch. So Plug, Plug. I say that because I'm looking at my notes and I had Plub, Plub, but I knew it was Plug. Anyway, Plug gapped up on some kind of agreement with Amazon, which was, felt like a big deal on Thursday, but sold off Friday, another red day. But again, Friday was ugly in the market. I do want to watch this for a potential turn back up pretty soon. Could be anytime next week. BBBY, I'm just keeping an eye on this one because of the crazy action lately. It looked like maybe it was going to make a run at the high of day here and just never did. Market was too weak. But, that's one. And Kevin M did a good job in chat. Hat tip to Kevin M of pointing out the bounce plays that we're watching. The ones that quote unquote trigger early are not really working. So, and I always say my favorite setup on a bounce play is something that's fairly narrow range all day long, and then a late day high of day break, right? Um, so that's kind of, even though this isn't set up as a bounce play, right now it's just chopping around, but it's had this crazy action. So there are a lot of eyes on it. So what I'd like to see in BBBY would be a narrow range and an afternoon high of day break. We could get a mini squeeze. And as day traders, that can make us some nice money, right? AMC is one of those I'm sort of trapped in, not trapped in with my money, but trapped in, like, I've had it on bounce watch for a few days. So, and now it's kind of even rolling over even more, but I have to keep it on bounce watch because it hasn't triggered yet. So I want to keep watching it, even though it's not like a clean setup. Same thing with FRZA. Still, since it went public, not one green day, which is unbelievable. I'm sort of trapped in that one. Again, in that I'm just going to keep putting it on the bounce playlist until it gives me a setup, because the first day I take it off the list, it'll probably rip. So again, not a beautiful chart setup. It's one of the ugliest charts you'll ever see. But at some point, you'd have to expect a bounce. And as a day trader, we can make some money on it. Same thing with STBX, right? MOB has only been trading a couple days, had a big opening day, and now everyone's underwater on it. But it's also down here in the $3 range. I do think it's worth, with the passion and volume it had on opening day. Now we got an ugly day. You could argue, because maybe with the market, even though it's only been trading for 2 days, I think it's decent bounce play idea. And then GCT, also another one, just went nuts, and now it's kind of rolling over almost near all-time lows. The move this thing made to over 60, now it's down here at 19, absolutely deserves a bounce play slot on our watch list. I'm done babbling. Enjoy your weekend. I'll see everybody in the chat room on Monday.